Hi. Today we are going to cover the topic of attitude. Something that everybody struggles with.
Loves to not want to talk about.
So I'm going to let Karen start off and then I'll wrap it up.
So I am going to start by saying when I was little, my parents would do an attitude check. So if you were not in a good mood, no matter how upset you were, you had to do it. And you had to say it until you actually smiled. And it is, I'm going to do it. It's probably going to be really embarrassing, but I'm going to do it anyways. And you had to say, I'm happy. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Yeah. Talk about annoying as a 10-year-old having to do that. Just saying. But it works, as crazy as it sounds. And as cheesy as it is. I'm serious. My parents made me do that. It was not fun.
Oh, gosh.
It turned into fun because either you smiled and were in a better mood, or you were probably not going to be a happy camper. But I just wanted to start out with words are really powerful. They can either build you up or they can tear you down. And it's not just other people's words that will do that. It's your own words. The cool thing is you can choose if you want your words to build you up or tear you down. And it's a really cool thing when you choose to build yourself up. One of the things that I'm definitely not saying it is the easiest thing in the world to do, because there are some days where you just want to have a pity party and not be in a good mood and not have a good attitude towards things. But when you choose to have a positive attitude and you choose to tell yourself uplifting things, you have a really great day no matter what the weather is, or what's going on at work, or what's going on at home or at school. One of the things that I kind of learned from the lesson that my parents taught me of I'm happy, is that you don't necessarily have to do that. You can do other things. You can. One of the things that I like to do in the morning is on the way to work, when it's really early because I'm a morning person, is listening to a positive song, something that just, I don't know, has a happy beat and has a positive message to it and puts me in a good mood, and I go into work singing that day. And it could be raining, it could be snowing, it could be 150 degrees outside. And no matter what, that day, if I've listened to a song and I continue to tell myself those positive things of you're beautiful and you're going to have a great day and it's going to be an awesome day, I tend to have a pretty good day, no matter what's going on, or how chaotic it is, especially on days that I become the errand girl, because I'm not going to lie, those days get really hectic. So, I don't know, the fun thing for me is when I'm having one of those days where it's a really hard decision to make to be in a positive attitude, and I make that decision to remind myself that it's going to be a great day, it becomes an even more cool of a day than it would have been if I hadn't made that decision. So it's very rewarding. And
I'm sorry, I keep yawning.
Gosh, remember, you can talk yourself in it. Anyways, yes, so, you're not tired. But I just remember those words are really powerful. And, like you said, you can choose to tear yourself down, or you can choose to build yourself up. And, just find those words that, or songs or, people that will remind you of that. I dare you to try it because it's pretty awesome. So I'm gonna let Cherish talk now.
That was awesome. I totally attest to that, waking up and listening to a good song on your way to work or wherever you're going, because the mornings that I don't listen to music on the way to work and I'm just like sitting there talking like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I woke up this morning and I'm late to work and whatever, like I go in with a bad attitude. But like if I put on like a a good song like Mandisa Good Morning, and it's like all loud and like it gets my like I start like singing to myself and the music's cranked up. I go into work with a better attitude. But anyways, that was awesome.
My great dance moves there.
I'm gonna talk to you on like a different perspective of having a good attitude. I do want to start with a quote I heard a while ago at a leadership conference. A bad attitude is like a flat tire. If you never change it, you're never going to go anywhere. So if you think of it as if I have a bad attitude, I'm going to stay stuck in a rut the rest of today or tonight or my life. Or if you go through life with a bad attitude, you're never going to get anywhere great or anywhere at all. And I
also, you have a flat tire.
Exactly.
You're really not going anywhere.
I do want to also talk about how an emotional roller coaster can play in your life according to your attitude. So if you wouldn't think like emotions are tied to attitude, but I feel like that's what causes your emotions to change is your attitude. Because if I have a really good attitude, it does matter what people say to me, but if I still have a good attitude, I'm not going to hit the fan and then hit the floor and then hit the fan and then hit the floor. I'm not going to go through that roller coaster. I'm just going to stay constant and have a good PMA, which is positive mental attitude. If I tell myself that no matter what happens today, I'm going to stay okay, I'm going to stay in a good mood, I'm not going to go up and down, up and down, up and down all day long. Another thing I learned is being a leader, a good leader, never down. You never would see like John Maxwell like sitting on the couch with his arms crossed and his eyebrows perched, and I don't think that would ever happen. I don't think you would ever see that type of person, that type of leader, down. He's down in his bedroom, not around other people, kind of. You know what I mean? Like he's not going to have such a bad attitude around people. I do want to also touch on how having one person's attitude can change an entire team's attitude. I played volleyball in high school, and our senior year, we were pretty good. Like our what's that word?
Team?
No.
Coach?
No. I mean, our coach was good. Our
mascot.
Our performance was good. We were very skilled. That's the word I was. Oh my goodness. We were very skilled. We had potential to go to state to win conference. If you looked at just their skills, but if you would talk to some ladies in the locker room before a game and we're playing a really tough team, they were saying like, oh, we're just gonna lose anyways. That is an awful attitude to have. Like your words can bring down an entire team. If one person is in a bad attitude, in a bad mood, and has a bad attitude about the situation, there's 6 people playing on the court in volleyball, and this could go for anything. Teams at work or anything, but there's 6 people playing on a team on volleyball, and if one of them has a bad attitude and doesn't feel like it's worth it to play because they don't think they're going to win, we're not going to work good together, and we're not going to win. So one person can make the difference between a team moving on, a team going to the Olympics, that type of winning team. One person can make that difference. So if you choose today to be in a bad mood and you go to work in a bad mood and you're going to have a bad day, and then at work your team needs to accomplish goals or meet goals or win a contest that you might be having at work, if you have a bad attitude, you're bringing everybody down. So it's not just like me, I have a bad attitude and I'm having a bad day. Well, you're affecting everybody in your life when you have a bad day, whether you know it or not. And if you have a bad attitude, I mean. One one book I would suggest reading is from John Maxwell. It's called Attitude 101. That is a very good book to read that doesn't beat you up too bad, that gives you the steps to have a better attitude. And I'm kind of speaking passionately about this because I'm talking to myself sometimes, because I definitely have an attitude that I have to check all the time. I have an attitude with my husband, I have an attitude with my friends, I have an attitude with my kids.
Just kidding.
I have an attitude with a lot of people, so I definitely have to check that. So I'm not just like preaching to you, I'm definitely preaching to the choir, and I definitely am telling myself what I need to do. But anyways, I guess that's all I want to say.
Have a good attitude.
Yeah.
Sing a silly song. Do a silly dance.
Have a silly day.
Have a silly day. Wait, today's Monday, right? It is still Monday.
Today is Monday.
Have a marvelous Monday. Try that. Or a terrific Tuesday.
Or a wonderful Wednesday.
Or I was going to say
Thirsty.
Thursday. That's not exactly. You could be pretty positive if you're having Thursday Wednesday.
And a fantastic Friday.
Exactly. And a wonderful weekend.
Oh, that's good. Okay,
We're out. We love you.
Bye.